Favorite event so far you've seen, Noah?
Well, Jordan, typically my favorites are snowboarding and speed skating. I like the things where people go fast and go high.
Right.
That's simple for me, but I was really impressed by Nathan Chen's world record break today. I didn't quite remember the moment until I heard it. Here comes Tiggins!
So you remember it?
Now it jogged my memory. Okay, well, I like short track speed skating. I think it's one of my favorites, but I'm going to say luge. It seems like they're just going at astronomical miles per hour.
It is luge. You got it right. So they are going at 90 miles an hour. A match made in heaven. The Super Bowl and the Olympics together.
Doesn't get better than that. Meanwhile, in Beijing, the Rams and Bengals are creating competition inside Team USA.
You had confidence, just not the right answer. So we were looking.
Half the battle.
Yeah, that is.
That's right. And Jolene Kent, with the help of Olympians Ashley Wagner and Joey Cheek, shows you the blades and the boots. Well, there's plenty of cities here. We host a lot. 5 seems like a good middle number.
Okay. The United States of America has hosted the Winter Olympics 4 times. So you're batting .250. And Noah, can you imagine? No real experience, just walking on to the World Championships.
Could I imagine myself doing that? No, I don't think so. I think what he did, you can call it fate or divine intervention. That's him finding what he was supposed to do and just being a natural at it.
Yeah.
I mean, if those boards weren't waxed properly, who knows? Maybe they're silver, maybe they're bronze.
Exactly,
but it was waxed, and they got the gold, and they were a bit old. That's okay. Absolutely.
And have you ever heard of the 10,000 hour rule?
No, I believe that's if you do something for 10,000 hours, you become an expert or something like that.
That's what they say. Well, Jack Elder took a different route. You have there, Noah, are usually a little bit cheaper, but can still be $700 or more for a pair.
I'd rather get my hockey skates at the yard sale. Summit High grad Hunter Hess is one of the best freestyle skiers in the country. And while he's not in China for these Winter Olympic Games, it certainly seems like he'll be competing in the future. But after a scary fall and some bad luck, the fact that he even had a chance to be in Beijing is truly remarkable.
Final trick, the 16-12. A massive rotation for Hunter.
Hunter Hess is one of the top freestyle skiers in the country. But before the 23-year-old began tearing through the national ranks, he was here in Bend at Mount Bachelor.
Bend is a good place because it allows you to ski the way you want to and to make skiing a priority for you.
Skiing wasn't always a priority.
I actually hated skiing for quite a while. It was not my sport of choice. I really liked soccer.
After Hunter realized his natural ability on the slopes, his attitude changed, and he competed in the USASA Enter the Dragon competition at Mount Bachelor and eventually joined MBSEF. While Hunter was exceeding on the mountain, he had to put in extra effort in the classroom at Summit High School.
I just helped facilitate that that balance between navigating classes online and being at school and being on the road.
He knew what he wanted to do and he was going for it, and we just helped him stay on track.
And if I didn't have them, I don't know where I'd be. I probably would not have graduated high school, and my skiing would be way worse.
Hunter did graduate high school, actually doing so a semester early. Since then, he's been competing in ski competitions all over the world, making the podium in a few, and even producing and starring in 2 of his own ski movies. But just a few months before Olympic qualifiers, Hunter crashed while training, tearing his MCL. Hunter attacked his rehab, doing everything he could to get skiing again, but his body had other plans.
It was actually the day of the 4-week period that we finished, and I had appendicitis, so I had to go in and get surgery on that.
This kept him off the slopes even longer, and he missed the first qualifier. But like he always does, Hunter battled back.
He's determined and he's dedicated to what he wants to do, and he sets a goal in front of him and he goes for it.
Hunter was able to squeeze in just 2 days of skiing before the next qualifier after nearly 9 weeks away from the sport.
Went down to the bottom. I was like tearing up a bit, just kind of like, fine. Like, it's just all that time of sitting there and waiting for things to start to be better so you can work on them to get better.
After all he'd been through, he was just grateful to be back.
Regardless of what even happens tomorrow, I'm able to go out there and ski.
Unfortunately, Hunter's heroic return wasn't enough, and he failed to qualify as a top 6 halfpipe skier in the country. But he's not shaken. If anything, he's more thankful for the people by his side and more driven.
So much of their own personal time and effort and energy into me just to be able to chase this dream. I think the biggest thing would be for me to be able to give that back.
For the people supporting Hunter, watching him chase that dream is more than enough.
I am not surprised that he's at the level that he is right now, and he probably will make it to the Olympics.
You know, maybe he didn't get there this time, but he will be there next time. And we'll be there to cheer him on, and we're waiting to see that happen.
Well, Hunter, I can assure you we're all hoping to see you on the Olympic halfpipe in 4 years. Yeah, well, 5 of the 15 Winter Olympic sports, Jordan, including speed skating, have 2 common denominators.
Yeah, it's the ice they share and the machine that takes care of it.
I took an inside look at the job of a Zamboni driver at the Bend Pavilion to better understand the work that's done to keep the ice looking so clean.
The Zamboni, a unique machine meant to clean and maintain ice, is a common sight and a fan favorite for anyone who's been to a rink.
Yeah, I think everyone is a fan of the Zamboni. I mean, from little kids to adults, I think people love it.
In 2018, the Olympic team of Zamboni drivers was the 22nd largest team in Pyeongchang. But that's no surprise to Bend Pavilion supervisor Claire Gordon.
It makes sense to me they have a big team. It requires a lot of time. And so with the extent of the number of games, it makes sense to me that they have a lot of drivers.
Gordon has been driving a Zamboni since the rink opened in 2015, but she's not sure if the Olympics is on her bucket list.
It is not personally a goal. That's a lot of pressure to drive for the Olympics.
Gordon's one of 5 drivers at the pavilion, including 30-year Zamboni vet Donnie Horn. Donnie didn't want to do an interview, but he had no problem showing off his experience. Donnie is the main driving instructor at the pavilion, and he passed down all the Zamming secrets.
Yeah, that way it won't shave immediately.
Let's go 6.
Yeah, smart.
7.
Okay.
But yeah, he taught me everything I know.
But how does it work?
I'm gonna put the grates on because there's still snow in here. So it does look a little nicer.
Gordon says the Zamboni scoops up the snow, fills in the divots left from the skates, and then smooths it out with hot water, creating that shiny finish.
So the Zamboni helps us both keep the ice level, but also keeps the ice healthy in terms of not chipping and not having divots in it.
Once you get off the ice, you enter the garage and dump all the snow.
Gordon recognizes how unique the Zamboni is and the importance it has on the ice, and thinks if asked, she might reconsider cleaning ice on the world's biggest stage.
At the Olympics?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, we'd all give it a go, right?
The Zamboni made its Olympic debut at the Winter Olympic Games in Squaw Valley, California in 1960.
Now we're going to take a look at the overall medal count.